What if there were 5 simple tips you could incorporate into your guitar playing that could enhance your guitar artistry right now? I'm David Harsh with Guitar Success for You. My wife and I work together to create content on this channel for you. And as I was exploring this topic, I said to her, honey, how many tips should I give my viewers in this next video? She said, narrow it down to your top 5. And that's exactly what I've done for you in this video. I mean, I could probably think of several more tips beyond these, but sometimes a shorter, simpler video that's easier to consume does the trick, right? Plus, if you want to go deeper, you can check out the description below this video for some videos that take several of these concepts to the next level. So let's jump right in. Number 1, explore color chords. I think it can be helpful if we understand just enough chord theory to make our chords sound more colorful and more interesting. Listen to this basic open E minor chord. Nice, but it's fairly, vanilla sounding, right? Add 2 notes to this and we've got something that adds a lot more flavor. Check this out. This is the new and improved E minor 9 chord. So here's E minor, and here's E minor 9. No contest, right? The color chord wins, at least in this instance. Now, do we need to fully unpack the degrees and notes? Not necessarily, but hey, if you want to know, I can show you real quick. The degrees of an E minor chord are root, 5th, root, minor 3rd, 5th, and root. The notes are E, B, E, G, B, and E. So really, it's just made up of 3 notes, E, G, and B. But the degrees of an E minor 9 chord are root, 5th, 9th, minor 3rd, minor 7th, and root. The notes are E, B, F sharp, G, D, and E. You can get to the 9 like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. The F sharp is the 9. The 7 can be accessed if you start on 1 and go 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The D is the 7. So the theory is there for those who really want it, but really just try some shapes and see if they add some color to the chords you already know. You might discover some unique flavors that enhance your artistry. In the description below this video, I've got a great chord lab video where I dress up as a mad scientist and take you through several E minor color chords. I think you'll love it. Number 2, strum with groove. Let's say we're playing a solid strumming pattern that sounds like this. I call this the triple down strum, but you can call it whatever you want. Drummers love this strum because of the pronounced emphasis on beats 2 and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Friends don't let friends clap on beats 1 and 3, right? Well, this is a solid pattern, especially if your wrist and elbow are relaxed. There was a time when I used to strum pretty rigidly and the artistry went right out the window. I used to sound like this. But now I sound like this. Is there more? Of course. In my opinion, sometimes greater grooves can happen when we do something with the up strum. If we delay it, we actually create a shuffle or a swing. The pattern stays the same, but the groove factor goes up significantly. Listen as I delay the voiced up strums, which only appear 3 times in this pattern, but that's enough to make this work. I'll add the E minor 9 for interest. Here's the same chord, same pattern, but straight. And one more time shuffled. It's significantly better, right? Remember, there are implications for your collaborators if you're going to do this, so let the rhythm players know you're going to be shuffling so they know what's going on. I have a link below to a whole lesson on shuffling. Shuffling changes the groove and the game. Number 3, try fingerpicking a simple pattern. When we strum, we hear most of the notes at the same time. When we fingerpick, individual notes sound out. It's kind of a Captain Obvious statement, but think about it. Here's the strummed E minor 9. But now if I finger pick it, we have something much more intricate. I'll just go up and down on strings 6, 4, 3, and 2 with simple eighth notes in 3/4 time. Listen for the individual notes cascading together. Not complicated, but it definitely has artistic potential. In the description below, I have a link to a fingerstyle crash course I've created for you. Number 4, add a bit of picking hand rhythm. A musician I had the privilege of studying with a few years ago by the name of Jaflet Bire Atias said this profound statement. He said, "We are all drummers in disguise." Do you believe it? Have you heard a drummer take the drumstick and rap it against the edge of the snare? That's called side stick. What if I told you by slapping the strings with our thumb, we could create a similar effect? The thumb hits the strings, and the strings hit the frets. And voila, we have side stick. Now you don't have to try to copy what I'm about to do, but listen as I play like a drummer and a guitarist. And what if I combine this approach with shuffling? Can you hear the artistic potential? Okay, I've got one more artistic tip, but before we hit it, I do invite you to like, subscribe, and ring the bell if you're getting value from this video. Your support will help us create more content and reach more amazing guitarists like yourself. And then you'll know as soon as the content unlocks. Thanks so much for considering. Okay, number 5, use your capo to access new keys. I wrote a song in A minor open that sounded like this. But I knew I wanted to ultimately end up in the key of C sharp minor. Here's the thing, I wanted to sing in C sharp minor, but I wanted to play the A minor shapes. So what did I need to do? Well, the open 5th string is A, so that's where I began. With the capo on fret 4, I have an open C sharp note. So even though my shape is A minor, the chord is actually C sharp minor, right? Here's a taste of the song now at capo 4. Definitely different and perhaps more enjoyable. Practically speaking, it works well with my voice. But there's also something sweet about it being up the neck a bit. One more capo example. Let's say I use this progression that I've also used in a song I wrote. But for one reason or another, I want to be able to play it in D flat major instead of G major. Maybe it's because of my vocal line, or maybe it's because I just know it will sound better there with higher string registers. Where will I capo to make this possible? Without getting too cerebral, go here with me. G is to open E as D flat, or C sharp is to capo 6 B flat. Again, the first chord I play shows me fretting 3 notes above the open nut, or 3 notes above the capo. So here we go with that progression all the way up here at capo 6 in D flat major. Now, true or false? If I'm thinking G, but I have a capo all the way up here, my band will easily find me and play along instantly. I'd say false. They would be best served by at least knowing the reality key of D flat, but an even greater measure of care would be to give them a chart in D flat. Does that make sense? Now, if you're a bit intimidated by the thought process around using your capo, don't worry too much about it initially. Just enjoy moving the capo around a bit and listening to how the open chords sound in different registers above the capo. But when you're ready for the next level and you need a bit of brushing up on your approach to thoughtfully leveraging the capo for greater confidence, I do have a link in the description below to a video that will give you a clearer grasp of how to leverage the capo well. Okay, let's review. My 5 tips for better guitar artistry at a glance are: number 1, explore color chords. Number 2, strum with groove. Number 3, try finger picking a simple pattern. Number 4, add a bit of picking hand rhythm. And number 5, use your capo to access new keys. Are there more tips I could give you? Of course. Now, my commitment to my wife and to you today was to only give you 5 tips. But there's nothing saying I can't encourage you to look below this video in the description or search around our channel for some other great content that could help you with your guitar artistry. The video I'd encourage you to start with to sharpen your strumming is this one. It's our 25-minute strumming workout, and a lot of people have been very blessed by this video. And if you look at the description below, I've got more great recommendations. I'll see you in the next video.